All fear is literally in your head once you understand that the battles are in your mind. Once you understand that, then you change and you're freeing yourself. Once you understand that all fear is in your head, then everything else changes. Because you realize that you can just come up with elaborate ways to scare yourself. Now why the fuck would you do that? Why everyone does it? But acknowledging that is something that not everybody does. Because even in a genius, it can be damn near impossible to determine just exactly what is happening with you. But it's important. It's extremely important. We must do it. Always have comes down to mind over matter. Maybe your mind works super quick. Mine does. My mind is super quick and it comes up with a million different possibilities that's immediately. So therefore, come up with those possibilities, do it. But then acknowledge that your mind is just coming up with possibilities and it doesn't mean that they're facts. And then, basically what happens is that the dopamine and the adrenaline is working faster than the serotonin. So you need to make the serotonin work just as balanced as the other neurotransmitters. When you have just one neurotransmitter acting in excess compared to the other ones, then that creates the problem. Now when you have enough serotonin in the brain, then that is exactly the moment in which you balance yourself the fuck out. That's essential. Now how do you get serotonin? We'll do some fucking exercise, push-ups, quick amount of serotonin. I find in my personal case, they're doing an excessive amount of exercise is pretty much the only thing that's able to calm my mind down, because for whatever reason, because of the story, because of the life events that I've lived, and because of my physiology, I'm wired towards an excess amount of stimulus at all time. So I can be super on edge if I'm around too many people. For example, I feel claustrophobic. Now the only way to calm my mind down is by doing an excessive amount of push-ups and exercises. That's about the only thing, because then at that point I reach the serotonin quota, if you will. And that's exactly what calls me fuck down. So serotonin is just important. You need to have high self-esteem. That helps. But push-ups and exercise, that's basically essential, at least it is for me. And I've also noticed that my physiology is so different than the average person. I've gained a significant amount of muscle extremely rapidly, which is basically, how the fuck is that even humanly possible? I ask myself this question every day. But my physiology, if you turn certain genes on, there's certain things happen, for example. And in my case, I've turned on a few genes, and these genes now are operating in such a level that my physiology has changed. And it's pretty amazing, actually. It's pretty amazing. It's caused some problems. It's caused some problems and some symptoms. But nothing that can't be regulated. Nothing that I can't deal with, because I can deal with anything. That's fucking nuts. But it's quite the epiphany to realize that everything is in your head. And that your head gets the best of you. Either you control your brain or your brain controls you, is what I said. Now I should follow my own advice more. I try, but it's hard. It's hard for me. It's impossible for the average person. Because my brain operates on such a higher level than the average person's, that it's just how I am. It's just how I am. I'm always going to be like this. So it's about seeking out opportunities in which increase your serotonin so that you can balance out the excessive energy that you constantly feel, which is me. Now, I really do have excessive energy. I'm saying I don't even need sleep. Naturally, don't need sleep. I have so much natural energy that I don't need sleep. I mean, I do sleep, don't get me wrong, but not like the average person. Let's just say that. I just basically became an insomniac, and I know how to deal with it. See, that's one of the symptoms of having so much fucking energy. Because now I have to deal with being a fucking insomniac. But I found my ways. I found my ways. You have to calm your brain down. You have to find what calms your brain down. For me, I know push-ups, eating can calm you down. You better do some extra push-ups with the fucking. If I even eat food, for example, if I eat just food, I don't even need to do exercise to gain muscle. I basically am at a point where I'm gaining muscle without even needing to do exercise, but I still do exercise anyway, so imagine that. And that's all true, by the way. That is 100% true. If anyone would try to call me out on that, I could call them out and tell them that they're full of shit and that I'm actually on something. Although I don't really care to tell people, I'm only posting this as an update for myself because I do this for myself as a self-reflection because I want to see how I appear. And it's good to see a linear progression of who you were. When I first made this account, I was a totally different person from the person I am now. Not only do I look totally different, my belief set is totally different. The things I've learned has given me so much more character, which has made me different from that person. The person in the past was way more immature, and less sure of himself, although I've always been extremely confident, even though, of course, I have always been extremely confident. I mean, some of the shit I've done reeks of confidence. You can't do the shit that I've done without being a confident individual. I'm extremely confident. By the way, the ladies love that. They do. That's what they care about more than anything. Are you confident? Are you confident? They will shit test you, those ladies, believe me. Ladies do shit test you. But guess what? That's all the shit test, because I am the shit, and that's a fact. And this is great. This is all true. And yeah, I mean it's quite the experience to deal with. So I like dealing with what they call bitchy women, alpha females, because it really does take a lot of self-esteem to deal with a very high-powered female. It takes a lot of self-esteem. That's why most men can't do it. Because their little feelings will get hurt and they'll feel upset that they got rejected and they don't know that getting told no by a woman is just part of the dialogue so that you can actually establish a real connection with a woman. They don't understand that. I mean, this is folks, just like so many in this generation of lost sheep, wandering in darkness, thinking that they're part of some new and novel human experience where, meanwhile, to me, they just seem like brainwashed idiots. Oh well, that's them. That's their fucking problem. You know, if they can't help themselves, then I pity them, I suppose. I pity them. I certainly don't hate them. Why would I hate them? I just pity them at this point. I actually remove myself from politics because I don't give a fuck about politics on either side, but the right makes way more sense. If I had to choose a side, the right makes more sense at this current point in time. But I actually don't get into politics. I consider myself to be political because if you get into politics, you basically have to talk. It's about feelings and not facts. I just want the facts, and that's all I care about. I don't care about anything. It's not that I don't care about people's feelings. It's just that the facts are more important in the situation, because they clearly are, and that's all I care about. So, yo, it's been fucking amazing. It's been fucking amazing. It's been fucking amazing. What else? Every day is a blessing, honestly. Once you understand that, then you have the power to live in the moment. And when you have the power to live in the moment, you act spontaneously. When you act spontaneously, that is when you feel able to do the things in which you know you should do for yourself, to better yourself, and to increase yourself as a person. And when you do all those things, that brings true fulfillment. And true fulfillment, my friends, brings meaning. And meaning brings purpose, and purpose brings a life that should be experienced. It's a life that should be lived, a noble and virtuous life.